fellow Guitar-Aliens, Jeff Weinberger coming at you here with a new tutorial. Today I'd like to get into 9th chords. These are called dominant 9th chords, and I like to think of them really as just an extension of 7th chords. And you've probably been knowing 7th chords for a long time. If you've been playing guitar for like a year, 2 years, something like that, you're probably already pretty well versed in something like C7, maybe D7, E7, etc. Those are really common cowboy chords, and then eventually you move on, you get into some other things, and that's where 9th chords come in. They're just extensions of 7th chords. And so, good old 7th chords are great. I'm not going to put them down. They're very useful. Taxman by the Beatles uses a D7 chord. Ode to Billy Joe by Bobby Gentry uses that same chord. It's a cool chord. Also, you got Born on the Bayou by Creedence Clearwater. So I'm not going to put down the good old 7th chord. It's a great chord. But then 9th chords get you into this other place, a bluesier place, a jazzier place, maybe bossa nova, etc. So let's look at 9th chords. I'm going to show you the first one I played in that intro. That was kind of a James Brown, Jeff Beck sort of funk thing, ripping off all kinds of people here. But that I played was a D9, and it goes like this. It's X, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5. And that 5, 5, 5 bit, that's a little hard for some people to bar across 3 strings with your 3rd finger and bend that knuckle back. So if you're not into that, there are other ways. If you can't do that, or you just don't like to do that, there are some alternatives, and I'll show you some of those alternatives. But for now, X, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5 is a good way to get into 9th chords, like a first 9th chord for you. Move it up 2 frets, and it's an E9. So that's pretty cool. A nice, movable, easy to see 9th chord. Another way to play a D9 chord, though, is like this. So what's really interesting about this one is it doesn't even have a D note in it. It's a D9 chord without a D note. The D note would be right there if you had one. But we don't include that. It has everything but the 9th. This one goes like this. X, 9, 10, 9, 10, X. It's a great shape. And then there's another way to play a D9 chord if you want, and it could be like this. Or like this if you don't like barring. XX 4 5 5 5. That's a very cool fingering too. So there's 3 of them right off the bat. 3 different 9th chord fingerings for you. We could do others, but I think those 3 will get you pretty far. But let's talk a tiny bit about using 9th chords. Great way to use 9th chords is as the 4 chord in a blues. So if I had like a blues in A. Right there is where I'm going to oftentimes throw a D9 chord in there. A7 is the 1 chord. E9 is right nearby. You could use that as the 5 chord. So 9th chords are very good in blues. You can use them in funk, as I did in that intro. James Brown's music, Sly Stone's music, Earth, Wind and Fire, Ohio Players, all that great stuff. Funk music. It's a really nice sound, the 9th chord.